Welcome back. Miss Supranational 2021, Chanique Rabe, arrived at the Hosea Kutako International Airport on Sunday. Rabe took home the title of Miss Supranational 2021. The competition took place in Poland and saw 58 delegates from across the globe compete for this coveted crown. Well, Miss Supranational 2021, Chanique Rabe, now joins us in studio with more details on this, as well as her experience in Poland. Chanique, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning. I'm excited to be home in my country.
Congratulations. Firstly, welcome home.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I think I'm still sinking. It's still sinking in. It's more than a week ago, but it's been super busy, and I'm grateful to be home.
One can imagine. Let's just backtrack on this journey. From winning Miss Supranational last year to now going to Poland to represent Namibia. Just take us through this whole journey.
You know, it was definitely the first for Namibia. It was the first Miss Supranational Namibia pageant, which was held here nationally.
Nice.
And the journey so far has been amazing. I have an extraordinary team that's been helping me prepare, some wonderful sponsors that's been helping me with my projects. So for me to go internationally and present my country, I felt so excited and proud and prepared.
Fantastic. And what we're forgetting here is that it's not only a first for Namibia, but a first for Africa as well.
Yes. It was the first ever that two African countries, Namibia and South Africa, made top 5 in any international pageant. And it was the first African crown for Miss Supranational.
Fantastic. A lot of people were wondering, who is Chanique Rabe? Please tell us about yourself.
Sure. I'm proud to say I was born and raised here in Windhoek, Namibia. I was in school in Windhoek Afrikaans private school. I went to study for a BA Honours degree in Cape Town for 4 years. And after that, I came back to Windhoek last year. I'm a fashion designer, so I made gowns for different people, started a small fashion label, and I was ready to enter a pageant and hopefully represent my country internationally again. And I was fortunate that it worked out.
Absolutely. Has this always been a part of you from childhood, fashion, modeling? Is this always something you wanted to do?
Pageantry itself was never really in the picture when I was younger. I have one of those dads which wasn't really not too keen on it. Yeah. And then I entered my school pageant for fun, which led to Miss Teen Namibia and then Miss Teen Continents, and going through all those different journeys and realizing how I grew into this woman I was wanting to become and how it gave me a platform to share a positive message. I realized that I really wanted to do it again, and that is why, I prepared and I felt ready to do it again last year. Yes.
Fantastic. And you live by the motto, at 24 years of age only, you live by the motto, aspire to inspire before you expire. Why that specific quote?
It was probably inspired by the slogan of Miss Supranational organization, the international one. Their slogan is aspirational, inspirational. It's something that I admire about this organization because it is a pageant platform that definitely does not just look for, a pretty face that can smile and walk. Yeah. They look for a woman with in-depth meaning and purpose to what she brings to the platform, what her message is. They look for someone that has, that has aspirations. And, an aspiration of mine is has always been to be a woman of substance. And to me, I believe it's not something that you can just switch on one day. Exactly. It's a continuous, your working ethics, your productivity, what you do for yourself, your community, your country. So it's something that I strive to work on every single day.
To have an impact and to leave a lasting impact. I want to come back to, that moment or the few moments leading up to you being crowned Miss Supranational 2021. When you received that question from the judges, what was going through your mind at that point?
I was actually talking to one of my friends yesterday about this question. And when I was asked the question, I could have maybe spoken about my projects or what I would want to contribute.
Exactly.
But it is truly, something that is in my heart, that I feel our country really handled the COVID pandemic well. Our president really handled it well, and to me it is just amazing that I could say that on an international stage and show how proud I am.
And that that moment, you know, when it's really about yourself, you chose to be selfless and rather give praise to the head of state, so to say. Why did you feel the need for that, you know? Because oftentimes when you see those responses, when you reach the question and answering stage, people often tend to make it about what they intend to do, what they would like to do. But here you were giving praise to our president for, you know, having handled the COVID-19 pandemic very well so far. Why do you feel the need for that?
You know, I think Namibia is always, not always, but overlooked in so many ways. Not only in the pageant industry, our sport, our politics, our government. And I think the more that Namibians can, whenever they're representing their country, the more that we can share positivity about our country, the more, you know, on a global scale, people will realize that Namibia has so much potential on so many different levels, so many different industries, and I think that's what I'm striving to do.
And you already started promoting Namibia at that point in time, yeah. Let's talk about, you know, what you intend to do with this title. Obviously, it's a massive title. I mean, the term supernatural in itself means authority that's not bound to any boundaries, you know, be it government, be it, you know, borders, etc. Obviously, a lot of influence with this title as well. How do you aim to use that influence?
You know, this is also something that I really appreciate about the Miss Supranational organization. They sit down and work with me on how I would like to use my year in the best possible way for me personally and for my country. So it's amazing. I do have the opportunity to go to Poland to spend my year there or spend a while there. But they also give me the opportunity to come back to my country and work with my country. So definitely the priority this year will be Namibia, promoting Namibia, especially the tourism industry, especially during this pandemic. There will be some international trips that I'll be doing with the Miss Supranational organization to different countries. But my main priority will be my project. I have an absolute passion for teaching sewing skills to the youth.
Sewing skills.
Sewing skills,
nice.
Yes. I'm a fashion designer, so I had the opportunity to learn these skills. And I realized that the majority of Namibian youth might never have the opportunity to learn a physical life skill outside of school that could help them for the rest of their lives, that can help them, you know, generate an income for themselves, for their community, their family, but also to apply for skilled jobs, spark up entrepreneurships. So this is something that I am so passionate about. I've opened 2 junior sewing schools, the one here in Windhoek and the other one, thank you to African Monarch Lodges with their Sidra project up in the north of Namibia. We teach boys and girls sewing skills that they can truly use for the rest of their lives. And this is something that I will be you know, advocating during my year. I want to inspire anyone in Namibia around the world. If you had the opportunity to learn any physical life skill, take the effort, go into your community, your society, and teach the youth your physical life skill, because together we can uplift our Namibian youth. It's so, so needed.
Very much. And I think, you know, it's also important that we stop emphasizing or overemphasizing on formal education. You know, we're always forcing everybody to go to the classroom, go to varsity, but passions, opportunities lie somewhere else, you know, same way as you're living your passions. Exactly. On the international side, of course, we also have Mr. Supranational. I believe he's from Peru.
Yes, yes, he is.
Are there any collaborations in that respect that you're perhaps looking forward to?
Yes, well, it's actually really nice put out because I can go on my own journey, he's on his journey, but we'll probably do some trips together and some community work, whatever. You know, different countries will probably invite myself and him. Hopefully he'll be able to come to Namibia and see Namibia and promote Namibia in his country and vice versa. So the 2 organizations will definitely make it possible for us to collaborate.
Fantastic. Obviously, there's so much more that you'd like to do, apart from, you know, the projects that you're undertaking in terms of, you know, teaching boys and girls, you know, about sewing. Is there anything else that you'd like to look into? Perhaps anything else that you'd like to work with other corporates or other local entities here in Namibia with you?
You know, definitely, once again, the tourism industry has gone through a dip. Every industry has gone through a dip in the last year in the pandemic. But as the tourism industry is one of the main income sectors in our country, I believe that we should be focusing to, support local and to promote Namibia. So I will be definitely working with various organizations to promote and see what we can do for our country.
Fantastic. And I think, the title does have the power, does have the influence to even bring those tourists to Namibia. So I really hope that you will be using, that title to that effect here.
Oh.
Furthermore, for those young girls watching this interview right now, this morning, and say, I want to be like Chanique Rabe when I grow up, what is your message to them?
I would say I want to motivate every young girl to enter a pageant. The pageant industry has truly evolved in the last couple of years. These days, it's all about, like I mentioned before, an in-depth meaning. You have a platform to use your voice to truly make a difference. It's about empowered women. It's definitely not about, a pretty face. So definitely enter, see what you can grow into and how you can uplift yourself, your community, the country.
True.
You can represent your country. But it takes a lot of work. Yeah. And I feel that more work that we put into preparing the girls, Namibia has the most beautiful girls, so much potential in our country.
Absolutely.
The more that we prepare them, the more we can do well internationally and promote our country. Oh, and you know what? I have a small little announcement.
All right, please go ahead.
Very excited. This year, it's not only Miss Supranational Namibia, but this year will be the first Mr. Supranational Namibia as well.
Wow.
Yes.
And this is happening when?
I cannot say too much yet, but definitely in the next couple of months.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Just quickly before we let you go, you have a year, as the reigning queen of the Miss Supranational title. What is the future of Chanique Rabe post this title?
Well, I do see myself growing my projects into such an entity that it will keep me busy on a daily.
Yeah.
I'm a fashion designer, so I will definitely further and grow my fashion label. And then I might probably be traveling for quite a bit.
Absolutely. Chanique, it's been an absolute honor. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here at the program. Congratulations to you once again. We wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see the impact that you'll have here.
Thank you so much.
There you have it, Miss Supranational 2021, Chanique Rabe, talking to us this morning about the titles she won in Poland a few moments ago, or not so long ago. Of course, there were a total of 58 delegates from across the globe who competed for this coveted crown. Amongst her activities will be, of course, teaching, that is, boys and girls on sewing. Furthermore, also looking to, of course, see how she can play her part in terms of recovering Namibia's tourism industry, saying that it is a crucial industry for Namibia, and she'll see how she can play her part to that effect. Congratulations to her once again from the Good Morning Namibia desk. We're absolutely proud of her.